Ever wondered how societies functioned before coins jingled in pockets or credit cards existed? Could a civilization thrive without any concept of money? Let's dive into the fascinating world of moneyless economies. For thousands of years, long before the first coins were minted around 600 BC, people lived, built cities, and created empires entirely without cash. So how did they do it? The simplest answer is barter. You have chickens, I have wheat. We trade. Simple, right? Well, not exactly. Barter works great on a small scale, but it has a major problem. It requires what's called a double coincidence of wants. I need to want your wheat at the exact same time you want my chickens. What if you don't need chickens? Then our trade falls apart. This is where more complex systems came into play. Many early societies operated on a gift economy. In these cultures, goods and services were given without an explicit agreement for immediate or future rewards. It sounds almost too idealistic, but it worked because it was built on strong social bonds and mutual obligation. Giving a gift created a relationship. The recipient felt a social duty to reciprocate in some way, at some point in the future. It was less of a direct exchange and more of a continuous cycle of giving and receiving that strengthened community ties. Everyone contributed what they could and took what they needed, trusting that the system would provide for them. Now, let's look at a massive empire that ran without money, the Inca Empire. Stretching across the Andes Mountains, the Incas managed a population of millions without a single coin. Their secret? A highly organized, centralized system based on labor and redistribution. The entire empire was like one giant state-run household. Citizens paid their taxes not with money, but with labor, a system called the mita. Men would work for the state for a certain number of days each year, building roads, farming on state lands, or serving in the army. In return, the state took care of everyone. The goods produced through this collective labor, food, textiles, pottery, were stored in massive warehouses called kulkas. These warehouses were strategically placed throughout the empire. During times of famine, natural disaster, or for supporting the elderly and sick, the state would distribute these goods to the people who needed them. There was no shopping. The government allocated resources. They tracked all this information, not with spreadsheets, but with an incredible device called a quipu, a complex system of knotted strings that recorded data. It was their version of a database, allowing them to manage a vast, moneyless economy with remarkable efficiency. So, while we can't imagine our lives without money today, history shows us that it's not the only way. From the close-knit trust of gift economies to the grand, state-controlled system of the Incas, humanity has found ingenious ways to organize itself. These societies weren't primitive. They were just different, built on principles of reciprocity, obligation, and central planning rather than currency and markets. They remind us that the way we live is just one of many possibilities. Thanks for watching. If you found this journey into moneyless worlds interesting, don't forget to like this video and subscribe for more explorations into the amazing story of humanity. See you next time.